All right, here we go. I wanted to do this live. My internet is not cooperating with me, so we're going to have to do it on video. I'll do another show tomorrow when my son gets back. My tech guy gets back. He is on assignment down in Corpus Christi at RealmsCon. We'll get some stuff going on. Yes, I have watched it. I have spent my whole day watching it. I got up with my coffee. I waited for them to get into the Senate hearing room. Watched everybody talk. Watched her. And watched him. Boy, howdy shit. Yeah. When Dr. Ford got up there, my first impression of her, she seemed a bit nervous. And I think it was because she felt intimidated of where she was and what was fixing to happen. She had one thing, the truth, what I think was the truth. Her story sounded credible. She sounded credible. Her life has been credible. So yeah, by the time she got done talking, I'm on her side, baby. Let's open up a little investigation here. Let's find out what happened, because what she spoke of and the way she spoke of it rang true. And the Republicans, well, they did their real damn best to dance around real easily because they got somebody else to ask the questions, because they thought that would be more appropriate than 11 white guys, old white assholes, asking her a bunch of questions that may not come out sounding right. So they were more worried about their image than anything else. If they were concerned about the truth, if this was an investigation, if this was a hearing, they would have asked those questions themselves in a respectful manner. Evidently, they don't think they're capable of doing that, so they got somebody else to do it. And the lady did a good job, I guess. I didn't hear her try to trap her anyway, or she gave her story, and then they broke for lunch. Holy shit, that's when the circus begins. Well, let's bring old Brett Kavanaugh in and let him have his say. We've heard from Miss Ford. We've heard from Dr. Ford, her whole testimony, what she swears is true, under oath. She's not afraid to come in under oath. First off, that shows courage. It shows integrity. I'm proud of her for doing it. Any woman that could stand up, especially to a Senate committee like that, on this subject, on what everybody considers to be such a minor little incident. It wasn't a minor little incident to her. She spoke about it to her therapist years ago, in 2012. Are you shitting me? It's not like she just dreamed this up yesterday, because that's what the Republicans want you to think. That's not all they want you to think. Holy Jesus, sweet mother of God, they brought in the child himself, the prodigy Brett Kavanaugh, sat there, ascended there by Jesus, I guess. I don't know, when he went to go describing his life. Holy shit, he's not applying for the Supreme Court. He wants sainthood. The only thing missing is miracles, and maybe he'll do that on the Supreme Court as far as the Republicans are concerned. I'm sure that's what they're after. A few miracles from the court, like reverse Roe v. Wade, them gay people, they can't get married, all that kind of good Republican shit, they try to shovel up your ass. That's what they want. He went through a whole thing, a long list of, he has a stellar past, church, athletes, projects, and beer. Oh, he likes beer. He wants to get all that good vote. Hey, I drink beer too. Yeah, I drink beer too. And yeah, I used to, when I was probably about his age, drinking a lot, probably a lot too much. When I was overseas, I drank. Now I have beer on Friday. Margarita if I go out to eat. Do I want to look back on my past? No, baby. I don't want to do that. I don't want to stand account for all the things I've done. Whew, and that's a lot. But I'm not wanting to be on the Supreme Court. I'm just a guy at the end of the street that's got an opinion. And for some reason, I think, by God, this time I'm going to speak out. Because my opinion counts just as much as anybody up on that damn panel was today. And what I saw was a bunch of Republicans coming to his aid. He brought in letters of support. I'm reading down here my little notes. His college years, all his college years was stellar, and how he was been on a judge, and he's been stellar on a judge, and he's a coach, and everybody loves him over there. I don't give a shit. We're not talking about that. We're talking about this one incident and a description of things that are attributed to him and what that means to somebody sitting on our court, somebody who is going to judge all of us, who is going to set the law. They say that the Supreme Court doesn't make the law. Well, they're right. Congress makes the law. And then the Supreme Court will decide whether the law stands. So the final word is the Supreme Court. They kick it back down to the legislature. We'll do it all over again. That's how it's worked. I got real... I wrote down this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 times I got the word water. Jesus, is this guy going to drown? I swear, I've never... these people, when they start lying, they really start choking up. That's my opinion, man. Just every few seconds you saw, he's dumping over there for war. When Senator Durbin and other senators on the Democratic side started asking him if he had a problem, if the FBI would investigate this. Now, the FBI cannot do a damn thing unless the White House counsel, asks for it. Or Senator Grassley asks for it. I assume that's the way it goes. So they're asking him, why don't you allow an investigation? Why don't you ask for an investigation? These charges, they're calling them criminal charges. So why isn't Brett Kavanaugh asking for the FBI to look into these allegations? Oh, no. I'll do whatever the committee says. That's his consistent answer through I don't know how many senators that tried to ask that same question, same different ways. Why don't you just, at one point, Durbin asked him for, why don't you just ask for an investigation right now, to put this Senate hearing on hold, and let's ask the FBI for it? That's when Grassley jumped in. Grassley didn't let his poor man up there get badgered like that and ask that such a serious question. No, Grassley jumps in and says it is the committee who does the request, and there will be no suspending of this committee. No, he does not want an investigation. Again, Brett answered, well, whatever. The FBI can't come to any conclusions. This was sprung on me. We know the FBI does not come to conclusions in a Senate hearing like this. They do if there's a bank robber. They'll find a bank robber. The conclusion is there is a bank robber. In this shit, they gather information. Stories have come out by Miss Ford and others, as we've seen in the news. And the basic question is, are these credible stories? The FBI can go ask people associated with that area at that time. And what's up with Mark Judge and the shit? Are you shitting me? The guy they keep depending on? The guy they keep holding up that piece of paper saying that Mark Judge said it didn't happen, and here his lawyer signed this piece of paper saying that he said that. Mark Judge did not sign that document. His lawyer signed it and said, yep, this is what he told me. How far do you think that would go? Not far at all if challenged. Let's bring his ass in and put him under testimony and ask him that question. No. That's what the answer is. No. A pertinent witness who is willing to testify behind, or not testify, willing to tell his lawyer over there, hey, I don't know anything about this, and his lawyer says, hey, the guy didn't know anything about this, And we're all supposed to go, okay. No. No. There's witnesses in this case. There's people the FBI could go talk to. What's their story? What do you remember? Classmates more that they could talk to, particular to this incident. So I don't give a shit what his life was. It is stellar. I'll give him that. Been a great guy. Doing a fine job. Coaching the team. Being a role model. That's good. That's good. Keep doing that. But to this question, then you turn to the inner question in my head. All right? We're talking about this incident. And if you're lying about this incident, well, the rest of it is negated. Because the fact is you're lying now. Now, when the questions are being asked to you about what happened then, well, you may be lying. And I believe an investigation could feather that out, find out a little more. But no, that's not going to happen because this is not about the truth. And the rest of the evening, I ought to be doing a little Zen right now, you know. Yeah, my heart rate gets up and I feel it. This was sprung on me. Confidentiality. It could have been handled behind closed doors. That's what he's saying. This didn't have to be strung out here in public. Dissent is what saves a democracy from a slow death behind closed doors. Oh, Lord, it's going to take a few days for Lindsey Graham to dig them panties out of his butt. Did Lindsey Graham get up there and all of a sudden find his voice? Are you shitting me, Lindsey? You got your panties so far up there. He says that if you want fair, you came at the wrong time to the wrong city. And Lindsey's logic here is that if he did it then, you'd still be doing it now. That's Lindsey's defense. Well, if he did this then, don't you know he'd be doing it all his life? What happens at Georgetown Prep stays at Georgetown Prep. Lindsey Graham has already made his proclamation that he is going to vote. And he says anybody that votes no is a coward. Because Lindsey Graham thinks this is all about Trump. And in a way it is. Because at what point do we bring morality back into our house? We've already let it creep into our White House. Do we really want it creeping into our Supreme Court? Not just these accusations. All the documents that they don't want you to see. Oh, you can't look at them. Those are inconsequential. Take our word for it. He lied under oath. You ever accept stolen property? No, not me. Because I'm a Jesus guy. I'm a stellar guy. They ought to hang him to the cross. He's so damn perfect. More water, more water. Lindsey to the rescue, baby. That's what I wrote there. Lindsey to the rescue. This is a witch hunt. It's the Democrats. They're all coming. It's the secret society. It's the deep state. That's the message to their minions out there, their little followers out there. This is the Dems and the deep state, and they're trying to take over our country. Senator Whitehouse brought up he's from Rhode Island. He brought up the yearbook entries. And Brett answered, my career has been stellar. We're not talking about your career. We're talking about when your yearbook was done. I'm sorry, the young lady's name, the alumni name escapes me right now. I'm sorry, the Renata, that young lady. And he just blows it off as, well, it was a stupid thing to do. We shouldn't have put that in there. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have put it in there. But they did. Senator Corman, my congressman, oh yeah, he gets up there and says this is all like a McCarthy era. Sort of. We have the Republicans dead determined to put their man on the Supreme Court. This man. Not any other on the Federalist Reserve list. No, the Federal Reserve. None of them. This guy. And it's because of his writings, because of what he can do to protect Donald Trump. That's what I believe. That's why they don't want to give up. That's how come Donnie's out there tweeting his shit. Make the vote. Take him. Get him confirmed. To hell with what all these people say. We gave them a few hours. They're done. Get them out of the way. We have a vote to take. Is that the way it's going to be? That's the way the Republicans say it's going to be. We can't do anything. Ain't nobody on our side can demand an FBI investigation unless we all took to the streets at the same time in front of the FBI building, maybe. And I doubt that would happen. This has got to be done by those in power. And if those in power can't see that the American people would rather see an investigation, and if your boy's squeaky clean, like he claims to be, geez, and baby, he's got a perfect record. Why is this one incident is he so worried about? He doesn't want to bring in these people that were witnesses in there to testify in front of the Senate, just like Dr. Ford just did. She had the courage too. What's up with... And he even dumped his buddy under the bus. Oh, well, he's a drunk and he was a drug addict and all this stuff, So, he wrote the book and, is that me? Well, I don't know, It's your name in the book. How can you say anything else? It's your name in the book. Senator Klobuchar, I probably screwed his name too, Klobuchar. Oh, I think that was a she. Asks Brett Kavanaugh to turn to the camera and ask the president to ask the FBI for an investigation. And Brett came back. It's up to the committee. I'll do whatever they decide. So whatever they decide, I'll tell you what they're going to decide. They're going to decide that they've heard enough evidence and they believe Judge Kavanaugh to be worthy of the Supreme Court. They believe him. They're not saying they don't believe her. She's just mistaken. Women, they don't know. That's what this is. This whole thing we like to think is about Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court. I look at it is more about what we are, who we are. We're in that Me Too generation now, where we're saying that if a woman speaks up, she should be heard. She should be taken seriously. Well, they're speaking up. They're speaking up, and what is the Republican Party doing? Thank you, ma'am. Run along. That's enough. No investigation. We heard you. I can determine whether or not you're telling the truth. I don't need no stinking witnesses. And who's that Kennedy right there at the end? Look me in the eye. Do you believe in God? Well, yeah, I do. Well, look me in the eye. Are you guilty? Why, no. Well, are you guilty of the other one? Why, no. Well, that's good enough for me. That's my constituents. All right, let's go vote. Are you shitting me? That's all you got? Are you a godly man? Do you believe in God? Yes, I do. Well, did you do it? No. Well, he's a godly man. What do you want me to do about it? I can't do anything. Are you shitting me? That's the attitude that the Republican Party has taken. whether it be on a religious basis or any other basis. They just get him through. They don't want to investigate this. So in the next few days, we're going to see how all these senators up there in the House, how they're all going to vote. Every one of them are in a position. They can either choose to keep their seat, to keep their position, to keep their voters, or they can go for the truth. And the truth is it needs an investigation. The charges have been made. These ladies have stood up and said, this happened. And the response to that should be, we're going to investigate that. We'll assign the FBI to that. And we're going to find out. But that's not what the Republican Party is doing. If they succeed in shoving this man on the court, he will be tainted for the rest of his life on that court. Not with whether or not that is true. That question won't be answered because there will be no investigation. The question is going to be, did he lie about it? Do we have a Supreme Court judge that just lied through his teeth about an incident that may have happened just to keep his ass on the court? Because if so, then that's not a moral man who can pass judgment upon others. As a matter of fact, he has made it very plain that this is the Democrats coming out with a smear campaign. It's a concerted effort by the Democrats to come out and get me. You think he's ever going to rule on a case where it's a Democrat-Republican issue, where it might be a political issue that, oh my God, might come up in front of the court? Oh, I don't know, soon? Then yeah, for him, it's going to be a political issue. Judges are not supposed to be political. That's what they say. They're not supposed to be a Republican or a Democrat. They're supposed to be conservative or liberal, whatever way they think. But politics should never come into a judge's decision. And something tells me that politics is going to play a whole lot in Brett Kavanaugh's decisions if he makes it on the Supreme Court. Yeah. This question is about us, people. It's about who we are as Americans. It's the same thing we've been talking about every day. And now we're just facing it about a Supreme Court decision. They want to shove this man through. They want to shove that tax cut through. This Republican Party wants to shove their shit right up your butt. Your vote has never been more important in your life, in my life. I'm almost 66 damn years old. I've never seen a vote in my life that was so important as this one is. Because it's going to determine who this country is. It's going to determine which way we will turn. And I'm not willing to throw women under the bus for the convenience of getting your man on the court. There's other judges. Get rid of this one. He's tainted. He's got a problem. Showed his anger today. And aren't judges supposed to have temper? Oh, no. This guy got pissed today. And you could see it in him. It was seething within him. He despises the Democrats. So no, I don't want him on my court, and you shouldn't want him on your court. I don't want these stinking people in my house, but they're there. And it's only by our voice and our vote that we get them out. I can't say that enough times. I'm going to do a rant tomorrow. There'll be a lot to talk about because there'll be a lot of these people going to get out there in the hallway and make statements, and we're going to get an indication of where all these senators lie. And then we're going to see Donnie and Mitch McConnell trying to push for a vote right now. If they do, you remember who votes and which way they voted. Because it's going to tell you what's important in their life and what they think is important for America. Is it truth? Is it justice? Or is it just stack the court? And I think it's just stack the court for them. You know, gerrymandering, voter suppression, whatever the hell it takes. The ends justifies the means. That's the lesson that the GOP is teaching our children right now. It doesn't matter if you lie, cheat, steal. Just don't talk about it, baby. All right, we're going to see y'all tomorrow. I got a rant to do. Like, share, subscribe, all that bullshit. And I'll be here tomorrow. And I'll get this up online as fast as my internet will allow me to. And y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all later. Bye.